Anyone lucky enough to have gone on a hunt with the late GCF Dalziel knows that they've been guided by the best. Working out of his famous camp at Blue Sheep Lake in northern British Columbia, he led hunters into the mountains for many years in pursuit of the best of the high country wildlife. The record books for moose, grizzly bear, caribou, mountain goat, and stones sheep are filled with the names of hunters who were guided by this legend of the outdoors. Dal himself harvested record stones sheep in 1964 and in 1965, which are still in the top 10 sheep ever taken. One of the hunters who was lucky enough to be guided by Dal was Bob Hansen of Arizona. On his first hunt with Dal in the spring of 1970, he took a record grizzly bear and a record black bear. Bob still remembers every detail of his hunt with Dal, noting that the great guide knew every inch of his territory and every move of the animals they were hunting. When Bob and his wife Arlene, both life members of the Wild Sheep Foundation, conceived the idea of creating an award for outstanding guides, they immediately decided that it should be named for GCF Dalziel. Dal had distinguished himself over a long career, particularly as a sheep guide, and today's guides will be honored to be connected with an award named for such a professional. To be considered for the GCF Dalziel Outstanding Guide Award, the following must be demonstrated: a deep commitment to high ethical standards and sportsmanship, the esteem of the hunting community and his or her peers, consistent willingness to go the last mile to ensure a quality hunting experience for his or her clients, knowledge of the country and the wild game animals inhabiting that country, an unfailing sense of humor, a work ethic, and a dedication to the health, safety, and well-being of his or her clients. In other words, be a lot like Dal. The great outdoors, magnificent creatures and breathtaking surroundings, the experience of a lifetime. These great hunts are made possible by dedicated guides like GCF Dalziel and the winners of the award that bears his name.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the GCF Dalziel Outstanding Guide Award, award founders and sponsors, Bob and Arlene Hansen.
Good evening, everybody. Boy, it seems like we always have a tough act to follow. Last year it was Oz Geis, one of the Benghazi operators, who gave a great speech here, and how to follow Shelley Sayer with 4 rams, a total 717. What a great achievement. Before we get down to business, I'd just like to echo the comments of some who have preceded me up here. Haven't we had a great convention so far? Both in, from everything I've heard, all the numbers are up, both in terms of dollars raised and attendance and everything else, and it just gets better and better. Kudos to Gray and Kelly Thornton, to the staff in Bozeman and the Cody staff. Yes, we still have 2 very loyal employees there, and all the volunteers who made it happen. The highlight of each convention for us is to hand out the GCF Dalziel Outstanding Guide Award. We've done it now for 17 years. This year, we had an outstanding slate of nominees. The committee that selected the winner, whose name will be identified in a few minutes, was unanimous. Now, those of you out there, keep on nominating a guide that you feel is worthy of the award. Before I turn the podium over to my wife, who will describe the exploits of our winner tonight, I'd like to ask Brendan Burns of Koyu to come up on stage. They are a sponsor of this award, and they will have a very nice package of goodies to hand out to the winner. And now, to give you the details on our winner, my wife Arlene.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll try to keep this name confidential until we get a little further along here with my reading. Many of you may know already who the new recipient is. Each year for the past 17 years, our committee has voted on an exceptional man to receive this award. Words cannot describe the valor and humility of this year's recipient. Quite simply, his clients agree he is one of the best sheep guides in the business. One of his clients has been guided by this outstanding man for 10 hunts, with more to come. Working for Terminus Mountain Outfitters in northern British Columbia for 20+ years, recently purchased by Craig and Elena Kisselback, this man returns to his home province in Alberta and guides for whitetail, traps through the winter, and guides for black bear in the spring. Proudly, his son Jesse has chosen to follow in his father's footsteps. This man maintains an impeccable camp, has exemplary hunting ethics, and is a great mentor and companion to others, and will always go that extra mile to be sure your hunting experience is the best that it can be. Nearly 10 years ago, Bruce Willis was involved in a life-threatening encounter between his clients and a sow grizzly. The grizzly barely missed the client's carotid artery and caused other substantial damage. Bruce's action and composure prevented both client and guide from certain death. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our 2017 GCF Dalziel Outstanding Guide, Bruce Willis, to the podium.
I don't know what to say.
All right, there you go. Would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, just thank you. Well, I'm completely blown away. I would like to thank the Wild Sheep Foundation, Board of Directors, and Nomination Committee. Also Arlene and Bob Hansen for this award, for the sponsorship of this award. I'm so nervous I'm ready to fall off the stage. So. Also a big thanks to all the clients, guides, and family. And last but not least, a big thanks to Dale and Sandra Drinkall for putting up for all my shit for the last 25 years. Thanks so much. And last, I know there's lots of guides out there that's been doing this longer than I have and deserve it more than I do. But there's nobody that's going to appreciate it more than I do. Thanks so much. Cheers.
Bruce, come over here for